Okay, we're back again. What I omitted to do before, you have to remove this set screw. It's a tiny little set screw with a pointed end. Move the crank away from its resting position and just pull that thing out and withdraw the oh, there's another screw here on the sleeve. That's another little screw. Now you can withdraw the sleeve, and now you can withdraw the side panel over the crank. And if you want to operate the machine while the covers are off, you would have to replace these components. That's fairly straightforward. Just have to line that screw up, line up the sleeve so that the screw will go in. The little crank stop there, set screw in the hole there. The set screw locates with the hole in the stop there. So there we go. That's all back in position. On the other side, same again. Pull it down into the. It comes off quite easily. If the carriage was in position, that'd be difficult because the carriage is limiting the movement of the side panel. So if you can get the carriage out, it's a good idea to if you can. Right, what next? The top panel is held on by 2 screws on each side. There, and 2 on that side as well. I'll do these ones first. So it's this screw and this screw. Be careful not to undo any of the screws on the bearing. I'll slightly sturdier screwdriver. It's always difficult finding the slots in the screws when you're slightly in the dark. Anyway, you get the idea. There we are. 2 on this side. Right, so with those screws undone, you just lift the top plate off. The front cover is held on by 3 screws here. What you need to do first is just pull the carriage transport buttons off. There's a screw in there somewhere. There we go. There's 3 screws off there, and similarly on the back panel there's 3 screws. Okay, so that's the back panel off. 3 screws. There's a 3rd one somewhere. Oh, it's in the hole there, and on the floor. I'll find it later. So there we go. Panels are off. If you want to put the well, if you want to operate it like this, it's a good idea to quickly just put the base back on. I'll quickly do that up. And to reinsert the carriage, there's only one tricky thing here, and that is when you put the carriage back in, there's a timing mark on the gear inside there. I'll point out the gear. It's that one, the one that engages with the cylindrical gear. And there's a tiny little dot on one of the teeth that you put level with the notch in the trying to work out which one of these teeth has got the I can't figure out which one it is at the moment. Not very good light in here at the moment, but there is a on one of the teeth on the wheel, there's a tiny little sort of punch mark. I think that's it there, and you line it up with the little notch in the frame and reinsert the carriage from right to left. And what you find is that the long gear will it went in right away that time, which is quite lucky. Sometimes you have to jiggle the long gear here so that it engages with the internal gear. But that was quite fortunate. And to check that that you got the timing right, put it in the units position, count 1 upwards and then turn it backwards, and it should roll over to 9s. That shows that the timing for the counter is correct. Anyway, there we go. Covers off.